Today we are going to install a swivel seat on the passenger side of our van. We actually do already have a swivel seat, but we do not like it. So we will replace it now and install a new one, and this is supposed to be way better. So the new swivel seat is from Alpine and is made in Colorado. This is the swivel with the mounting hardware. And it's supposed to be way more flat than the one we have. So you can see the swivel that is installed right now is pretty high, and the new one is way more thin. So this will also resolve the problem that with the old swivel, because it's an aftermarket swivel, the seat is pretty high, so if you're a little bit shorter, then you feel that the seat is very high and hard to reach the floor. So with the new one, we should get the seat back to the pretty much normal height of the original seat. So the first thing we have to do is to disconnect the battery. You can find the main disconnect directly under the steering wheel on the right side in here. This is not it, and just unplug it here. This is important to do because the seat is actually connected to the van, and if you don't unplug the battery before you remove the seat, you will need to bring it to a Mercedes dealer to get it actually the error messages reset. So never forget, if you work with the seats, first disconnect the battery. So first we are going to remove the old seat. It's mounted here on the old swivel. When you're installing it directly on a stock seat without an old swivel, you will just have these bolts here to remove. So I will need to remove these first and get down to the swivel and then remove those. So we're going to the front. I have to remove these bolts here. If you are installing directly on factory, you will have these to remove to get off your seat. And here you can see our old swivel mechanism. You're supposed to lift on this, and that unlocks it so you can swivel around, but it's always getting stuck. So you can see I lifted on now and can't swivel anything. So because it's very difficult to swivel this seat with this mechanism, it always gets stuck. Once you turn it around, it gets stuck in the back and you can't swivel it back. So that's the reason why we actually want to replace it. So now my bolts are removed and we need to unplug the seat. This is the little yellow plug you will find under the seat, and this one is the reason why you have to disconnect the battery first. So let me see that I get this unplugged. Here we go, and now we can actually remove the seat. So to remove these bolts, you actually need a E-Torx E12. Looks like this, and I will put a link in the description. And just remove those. So all the bolts are removed, and now we can actually remove the swivel seat. So, and here we got the seat removed and the old swivel mechanism removed. In here you can see our Espa S2 diesel heater. Works amazing. It's really, I can only recommend it. We'll also put a link in the description. And now it's time to install the new swivel. So now I placed the new swivel on the seat base where it's supposed to be mounted. You can see on the passenger side we're having the black plate on the top. If you would mount it on the driver's side, you would need to have the gray plate on the block. So we have it in place now, and we use these bolts to secure it. I just put them in a little bit now so to hold it in place. So, and on the front one, you get this little bracket, and this is supposed to go in here. You just slide it in here in between, and then install the bolt. So now we need our wire that we disconnected from the seat earlier. Don't forget about it. This is supposed to slide in all the way, and this will be your stop when you swivel the seat back. So now we can tighten the bolts. I have my M6 Allen key, and make sure it's all in place. You want to make sure that these are really all the way in and do not stick out on the top, otherwise your swivel will not work, get stuck. So we have these all in there, nice and tight. And now we will go and install the seat. But first, so we got the upgraded lock. It comes with this one. You go in here and you need to lift it up in order to be able to swivel. I prefer this one because you are able to lock it in the position to keep it open. I think it's a little bit more comfortable to use this one. So we'll install this right here. So as you can see now, this is open. Our swivel is locked. As soon as I lift it up, then we can swivel. So our seat has actually these pins here on both sides, and I found out that with these pins it is not possible to get the seat on the swivel mechanism from Alpine, so we will remove them. Let's get this done. So I got my little saw, and well, let's get rid of these pins. is removed. Let's make sure this is nice and flat. Go to the second side. The same here. Right. And of course, to protect so get rid of these little pins here, and of course to protect the metal, put some paint on, some Rust-Oleum. This side, and do the same on this side over here. Just let this dry, and then we can finish our install. So now with our little modification, our seat sits in a perfect position, and got these little bolts with it, and they go actually from under the swivel plate through here and get secured on the top. Can't do this with one hand, so let me prep you up quick. So one is in. Do the second one here. So now we will secure those. We use our M6 Allen wrench and an M17 wrench up here. I'll not fully tighten it now, just so they're in there secure and kind of flush, so it can actually swivel. Right, now let's move the seat over back, so access to our front ones. And do the same thing here. So we got our new swivel mechanism installed now. All the bolts are in there and tightened. Well, let's try. We should move the seat all the way to the front, and here we go. Looks very good. It's working great and super easy. It's not getting stuck anymore. And yeah, very happy. And of course, once you're done, don't forget to reconnect the yellow plug under the seat. Just plug it in and then reconnect the battery and you're good to go.